Jeff Goldblum approves, a new Halloween trailer, and a big blowout in Captain Marvel. All this and more on Movie Emporium's News of the Day. What's up, guys? Welcome to Movie Emporium's News of the Day for September 5th, 2018, where we take stories from around the world of movies, break them down, and tell you about them one by one. If you like what you see, as always, remember to rate, subscribe, check us out on YouTube, Audioboom, Facebook, and Twitter. Comment below on any of these stories if they interest you at all, and they should because there's some good stories today. I hope your week's been going well so far, so we'll go ahead and get into our first news story, which is, John Boyega, known for being Attack of the Block and the recent Star Wars movies, is joining a new movie as a producer called A Spriggan, which is being directed by Keir Burrows, who did Antimatter. I was looking into what Spriggan is. It's basically a folklore in the UK culture about a troll, and according to what Deadline says, in UK folklore, Spriggans were depicted as spirits related to trolls of Scandinavia. They are often characterized as grotesque, ugly, wizened old men with large childlike heads. Although small, they were often considered to be ghosts of giants, with the ability to swell to far greater sizes. This character has become the subject of a host of manga scripts in Japan. Okay, so basically these trolls are weird creatures. So that's like a typical, horror trope to a character, and apparently they're very popular in Japan. I think this could be cool. I mean, it's basically a story about, a town being possessed by these troll characters. So, like I said, that's pretty much it known. That's all known right now about what's going on with this movie. It's cool to see that John Boyega is involved with the movie. He has, a lot of clout now that he's done Star Wars. I think he got a little bit of clout when he did Attack of the Block, but I just think it's nice that he's now going into the producer realm because he can get movies made now that he couldn't have done in the past. So it's cool that he's using his clout to make movies like this. And, a good horror film, and like especially UK horror film, is always a good time to see. So I think it's a cool story. But what do you guys think? Comment below. The next news story is, so according to Jay Olivia, who has directed a bunch of DC animated movies, he's done stuff like The Dark Knight Returns. I think he did The Killing Joke and so on and so forth. He was talking about the Batman, which he's also a storyboard artist, and he was doing some work with the Batman. And he talked about how Ben Affleck had written the script for the Batman, and he said it was one of the most amazing things he's ever seen. I think it's cool because Ben Affleck has proven himself to be a great director and a great writer, even to contrary to what you believe and so on and so forth. But the fact that he says it's one of the greatest Batman scripts of all time kind of has to give you a little bit of pause, just the simple fact of what would have a Batman with Ben Affleck by himself as a solo film, what that would have been like, because they're saying that it's kind of like in the shape of The Game, which if you've ever seen The Game is about, Michael Douglas is kind of an asshole, and his brother gives him this birthday gift that is this game, and he gets involved with this like crazy mystery about like who's attacking him and who is like trying to frame him and so on and so forth. And that's kind of like what I guess the Batman was kind of going to be inspired by, who was playing this game against Batman. So I thought that could have been cool, and the fact that Jay Olivia said it was going to be awesome. He knows DC because he's worked with a lot of animated DC movies. So I think that's kind of a cool story. Whether it's true or not, whether it's actually it was going to be the greatest Batman movie ever known, is all subjectional. But I figured that was a cool story to talk about. So, but with our next news story, we have Daniel Craig, who right now is on hiatus because of the director Danny Boyle leaving the Bond films. He was just recently in a cameo of one of the Star Wars movies, and it's been reported that he is joining Rian Johnson's new movie called Knives Out, which is basically a whodunit style sleuth mystery. And I think it's from Agatha Christie, if I read that right. And it's, like I said, directed by Rian Johnson. So I guess the main thing is it's cool that they are working together because Rian Johnson is a talented director. No, who cares what everybody else says? If you've ever seen Looper, if you've ever seen Brick, have you ever seen The Brothers Bloom? You know he has a good eye for direction. And the fact that he's now going to be working with Daniel Craig, I'm just glad to see Rian Johnson's getting bigger and bigger and bigger roles. I'm glad that Last Jedi gave him the ability to kind of do what he wants now. And I'm glad to see like Daniel Craig is going to be in the movie, which is cool. Um, it's nice to see. But I guess the most interesting thing is the fact he's going to be directing this. Does that mean that the Star Wars trilogy that he's working on, does that mean it's put on hold, or does that just mean that they need more time? And of course, all the trolls and so on and so forth are going to come out of the woodwork going, "Oh, that means he got fired off the trilogy." I don't think it means he got fired off the trilogy. I think maybe Star Wars is being realigned, and therefore, maybe he wanted to work on something. Rian Johnson went to work on something else. But like I said, we don't know. I don't know the inner workings truly of the movie industry, but it's cool that he's directing a new movie that's not Star Wars and it's gonna have Daniel Craig in it. And the fact that it's Agatha Christie, if you ever seen Murder on the Orient Express, that type of thing, she's a very talented writer. So I'm gonna be interested to see what they do with this property. So, but with that, we'll move on to our next story, which is all right, guys. I was gonna do this video, have it posted by 1, but I need to get some sleep for one. Captain Marvel. We've been waiting for this film. Apparently, it's going to change the game for Marvel Cinematic Universe, or Marvel Cosmic Universe is what they're going to be calling it. Yeah, I've been tweeted this like last night or this morning. Brie Larson, who's playing Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, said to EW, "Let's blow this out." It's pre-planned, but let's blow this out. And then EW's like, "Oh, we'll have something at 1 p.m." Well, at 1 p.m. they did. And what they have is a cover story for Captain Marvel. And they have pictures. So this is going to take a little bit while, but I wanted to go through like each picture and kind of look at it and see what it was like. I think Captain Marvel is going to be huge. It's probably going to be one of the biggest Marvel movies. We'll see if it's good. Maybe that'll affect it, but I think this is going to be one of those special Marvel movies. It's going to, like I said, they say it's going to change the game, so we'll see. But we'll go ahead and look at the first picture, which is, all right, so we get our first picture of Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. Pretty standard picture of her in her blue, red, gold suit. Like I said, I don't know too much about the character itself, but I like the look of, Carol Danvers and Captain Marvel. I think, it fits the Marvel universe. It fits the quality of what they go for. They can have a classic style but make it new. But that's what this picture is. It's basically showing her in, looks like a desert, and it's very, very cool. So, but with the next picture we have, okay, so this is spoiler before I actually go to the next picture. So if you don't want to know anything about Captain Marvel, actually if you don't want to know anything about Captain Marvel in general, you shouldn't be watching. But the next picture we got some actual characters from Guardians of the Galaxy. So we got Jaimin Hansu, who was at the beginning of the original Guardians of the Galaxy. He's in the background with several other characters that I'm not sure who they are because I don't know much about the story, so I can't really explain that to you. But we got Lee Pace with his back turned playing the Ronan the Accuser, which is cool. Apparently, this movie is going to involve the Kree Skrull War, so it's going to be interesting to see how Captain Marvel fits into that next. So it's just cool. It's she's moving towards Ronan, so we'll see how that works out. But the next one is, okay, so we got Jude Law and Brie Larson together as Captain Marvel and Marvel, as he's called. Not much to the picture, just a shot of the two characters in the movie. I think it's cool that Jude Law's in a Marvel movie, but not much to say on it. So the next shot is of the Skrulls. Ben Mendelsohn, awesome actor, Ready Player One and Star Wars Rogue One. Just shows them on a beach. Like I said, I don't know if most of this is taking place on a different planet or it's taking place on Earth. But you get to see your first look at what Ben Mendelsohn's going to look like as a Skrull, as the main bad guy. So that's pretty cool. And then we got the directors, Ryan Fleck and Anna Bolden or Anna Boden. It's just them with Ben Mendelsohn. So I just want to just real quick on this picture. Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck, or yeah, Ryan Fleck. These are two directors that have done like Half Nelson, which is a great movie with Ryan Gosling. It's just really cool to see Marvel is doing something cool with these directors where they're giving them the chance to make these big budget movies. And these two directors are taking Captain Marvel, which is being considered one of the most important properties or one of the biggest properties to come out of MCU. So I just want to say it's cool that these guys are getting the chance to do something like this. So, and then they come from Half Nelson. It's like Taika Waititi and the Russos. They were known for small stuff, and here they are getting chances to make big property. So I have to congratulate them on that. But the next picture is we got Anna Boden and Ronan the Accuser and Marvel. I hope they do more with Ronan the Accuser. I think it's cool they're bringing him back. I like Lee Pace. If you ever seen Pushing Daisies, he's great in that. But he was lacking in Guardians of the Galaxy, so it's cool that he's coming back. I hope this movie isn't bloated, but it's cool. To see her directing Lee Pace and Jude Law's characters, so it's gonna be interesting. Maybe they have a fight, or maybe they work together. I'm not really sure. Like I said, I don't know a huge amount about the movie, but so I really like this picture. It's of Brie Larson, of course, but I'm a huge Nine Inch Nails fan, and she's wearing a Nine Inch Nails shirt. I mean, it takes place in the '90s, the movie itself, and that's when Trent Reznor and Nine Inch Nails got huge. Like they were like popular. I mean, it started in the '80s, but you had like the Downward Spiral come out and so on and so forth. And she's wearing a Nine Inch Nails T-shirt, which is badass. I don't know if it's like a cover disguise or so on and so forth, but the fact that she's wearing a Nine Inch Nails shirt just makes this movie even more awesome. So it was probably a stylistic choice of the directors. Maybe they're Nine Inch Nails fans, but how I like it. So, but with the next picture, guys, Samuel L. Jackson. But look at that picture. This is what de-aging technology has come to. It was done really nicely with Michelle Pfeiffer in Ant-Man and the Wasp, but this looks like Samuel L. Jackson from the '90s or the '80s or whatever it was. I mean, it's pretty impressive. It does. I mean, the de-aging technology isn't crazy. Like I said, I don't know what his involvement. I mean, it's like the early days of Shield, so we'll see what happens. But has his two eyes. Here's just a picture of Carol Danvers in her plane. I know her plane has something to do with her disappearance to become Captain Marvel. From what I hear, I know there's like some storm. Like I said, I don't know the whole story, but I hear rumors. But it's just her in a plane. And this is Maria Rambeau playing Lashana Lynch, and it's just her on a plane. I'm guessing she's friends with Carol Danvers. So it's cool. It's a cool picture. Like I said, they're in fighter planes, so which is cool. And of course, the last picture is the cover art for the Entertainment Weekly fall movie preview, which is always my favorite thing of the year. And it's of Captain Marvel again. So, but there you go. All the pictures for Captain Marvel. I think it's awesome. The trailer still won't come out until probably November, December, maybe, or maybe it'll come out now. Who knows? But I think it's one of the biggest stories of the day. It's one of the biggest stories of the week. So I figured we had to talk about it. But it's cool. Looking forward to Captain Marvel. Something first look pictures. So okay. So instead of going into the last news story, I wanted to share this story first. I would have put it last, but then I realized people probably don't want to see the Halloween trailer because it comes out next month and they don't want to be spoiled. This is just a fun little piece of news. Jeff Goldblum was being interviewed, and he talked about the statue or the big balloon that was put up in UK of the sexy Jeff Goldblum pose. They came out of the pop, but it's this thing from Jurassic Park. And Jeff Goldblum being Jeff Goldblum, he's always self humorizing himself, but he saw the pictures of his likeness on the Thames or whatever, with the UK pictures of him, and he approved of them. You can see it here, but he approved of and said it was pretty awesome. So I just wanted to share that. I thought it was funny. I love that. Everybody says, "Oh, you hate Jeff Goldblum." No, I don't hate Jeff Goldblum, but I think it was funny. I think it's funny that he's willing to, joke with himself. So, but that's it on that. I just want to pass it on. But our actual last news story is, so we have Jamie Lee Curtis, who posted on her Twitter account the new Halloween poster, which I'll show you here. And basically, it's a simple poster, but it has, Laurie Strode's character, Jamie Lee Curtis, is on the front. She's in the foreground, and then you have Michael Myers and his mask in the background. It's a cool dichotomy of just, how Michael Myers is always, watching her and always haunting her memories. Because, if you don't know about what's going on in the movie, they've abandoned everything past the first movie, but she's been in hiding for, however many, 40 years. And Michael Myers has been in prison, and then he escapes and, goes on his murderous rampage. But as always with any new poster, 99 times out of 100 that come out, we get a new trailer. And I'm excited for the new trailer. And they did post a new trailer. So just want to let you know, we'll go ahead and watch it now. But, like I said, if you don't watch trailers, skip forward to the end. But I'm ready for this trailer, so I think we should watch it. All right, and let's go. All right. Oh, Miramax is involved. Interesting. All right, so we got shots of kids and so on and so forth. Of course, the obligatory Michael Myers. Oh, so they're kind of like showing us a first shot scene. Oh, that's cool. They do that a lot for some reason.
40 years ago.
So we got some VO, which is cool.
Michael Myers murdered 3 people.
I still don't know why they got. I'm still interested to see why they got rid of the whole Laurie Strode brother connection, which pissed off a lot of people. But this is gonna get good. I like how he just enters houses. It's funny to me. Oh damn! Yeah, she's dead. Got his knife. Man, really wanted his knife, apparently.
I have prayed every night.
Trick or treat.
What the hell did you do that for?
So I can kill him.
Badass, Laurie Strode, of course.
The bus crashed.
Michael Myers.
It's really. You got Will Patton, but it's really interesting to see what David Gordon Green's doing. I never thought he would do a movie like this. Even Danny McBride. It's just interesting.
Evil is real.
So we got Terry Greer.
There's a reason we're supposed to be afraid of this night.
Halloween, one of my favorite horror films of all time. I know the music's amazing. John Carpenter coming back for the score, which is cool.
Go home! Get out of here! Get inside! Michael?
The other thing I never thought about till now is they've actually gotten the look of Halloween. Even 40 years later, it still looks like a Halloween movie, which is cool because,
Happy Halloween, Michael.
that's the one thing cool about a low-budget horror film is the fact that you have, you can only do so much, and they're kind of going with that style. Maybe a little upgraded, but a little cool. All right. So very cool indeed. The movie comes out next month, so it shows probably more than it should, but that's what is to be expected with trailers like this. But I like the look of it. I like what they're doing with the movie. I don't necessarily agree with the whole getting rid of the brothers aspect, but I mean you can't go wrong. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks like a Halloween movie. It's just a horror film. It looks like a Halloween movie. So we'll see. Like I said, hopefully it's good. I'm tired of bad I'm tired of bad Halloween movies. So, but that's it. That's the trailer for Halloween. So, but with that, that's pretty much it on the news. There wasn't too much. There was other stories, but it wasn't worth talking about. So with that, we'll go on and head out. I hope you guys enjoyed our movie news for September 5th, 2018. As always, if you guys like what you see, remember to rate, subscribe, check us out on YouTube, Audioboom, Facebook, and Twitter. Comment below. Tell us if there's anything you liked. I hope you like the Captain Marvel photos. I think they're cool. But with that, we'll go ahead and head out, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.